All right, we are live, live, live.
We are.
So, yes, we got a lot of stuff to talk about on this special day, the Bird Edition, and plus, I ain't gonna lie, I still do want that King of New York Championship title because that title look marvelous and beautiful, much better than the Trick William Wolf Pussy title. But
So let me just give y'all an example, okay? So it's the same thing, right? You still got this and this and this. All you doing is change the leather to blue and orange, okay? Okay. And then the side plates, you see my fingers? The side plates don't have the E on them. No, they had the number 11 New York Knicks, okay? And that's it. That's all it is. It's this with blue and orange. That's all it is. Okay, right? Um, my boy, it's not healthy to glaze like this. It's not healthy. It's not. It's not.
I
But
like,
I want the shirt. I want the OTC 11. That'd be the first WWE anything I have brought WWE since I brought the actual World Heavyweight title. So that's the last thing I brought. So I want that. Whenever they put that on there, I might get that. I might. Or I might just make my own shit. OTC 316. I don't know. Whatever.
yeah.
So what we got in the document? What we talking about first?
We got the worst faction topic we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the championship, power, respect. We're definitely going to talk about the day two of G1 Climax. Braun Breaker not being happy, but that'd be a short one. But we're also going to talk about our great New Japan legend Hiroshi Tenzan.
Did you watch? Did you watch Night 3 this morning?
I did see Night 2, but I will go check out Night 3.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna say much then. It was a good show. It was good. It was good. I just like this. You go like the main event, but let's keep to your schedule. We're talking about the legend first.
Yes, the Hiroshi Tenzan retiring.
Do I got control? Because I'm about to say he retiring. If you like to give Tanahashi his credit, for helping, uplifting New Japan, putting New Japan on his shoulders. But people forget that Tenzai also kept New Japan at a steady, just do one like 4 or 5 G1s. He was the IWGP champion around those times, the NWA champion. He was holding it down. Yeah, definitely tag team champion with him and Cozy. He was holding it down for a while, man. And I like to say this, and Nikki is right here. We had the honor of meeting this man, thanking him. I had a feeling he was retiring because that was his first time actually coming over here in the States doing one of these those conventions. So he's retiring. So his last match, August 15th. I think that's the final night of the G1.
Yes.
And he's going against Cozy. He chose Cozy, his tag team partner, his longtime rival / tag team partner. So it's gonna be a good match. Hopefully, don't have no expectations. Just enjoy that you get to see his last match. Don't have no expectations, because if I say expectations, they will be like, "Oh, it's not what I thought it would be." Like, what you expect from a 50-something-year-old or 60-year-old to go all out? If they go all out and pass me the ring, they're gonna call the guy a murderer. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. All right.
You know what? When I saw that man walking, I'm like, oh, he ain't gonna retire. When I saw him walking and limping, like, ooh, that's a bad look.
Bro, strong style, bro. We're talking about this around the actual strong style era with him, right? That takes out. Look, you see how we talk about Sonata right now, how his body looking?
Yes.
So imagine what Tenzai going through.
I mean, you still got people up in the age still wrestling, like Yuji Nagata. He's still up there. He wrestling.
You need to sit his ass down. So they can still kick somebody ass. You better sit your ass down somewhere. Oh, he's still kicking people like he out his damn mind. He didn't take his meds this morning. You sit down. I'm not gonna tell Suzuki to sit his ass down. He could hurt me. What?
He can go. He can go because we got a lot of wrestlers up in age that can go much better than American wrestlers, in which that says a lot.
He could go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go get you some nice breakfast and early bird special. Tired of this shit, man. He go around. Listen, Eugene Nagata. I don't know how we got to Eugene Nagata, but yo, you gotta. We first saw you doing the Monday Night Wars. That's how old your ass is. Since the Monday Night Wars, we talking about when high school, okay? And you still over here kicking young Japanese wrestlers, and like you got no sense, like they took your last porridge. You should be shaming yourself. Tenzai doing the right thing. Cozy, he's still going. I don't mind going, but it's a lot of these guys. If you watch Embrace the Thirst. I say this a lot because I said it was Sting. Sting scared me every damn time, jumping off balconies and shit. He's standing at 60. He had to retire. Kishimoto was still going. He had to retire to the point that after every match, he's in a wheelchair doing interviews. Sometimes, if you don't want to go, if your brain is not telling you to go, your body is going to answer for you. And as you just said, you saw Tenzai how he walked. We saw how he walked. It's time. And at least he's going on his own terms. He's going on his own terms. That's one thing I like about it.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to go out, at a big bang, I mean, you might as well go out the way you want to do it without Gunther whooping your ass. And speaking of Gunther, breaking news. Gunther and Nick Aldis is at SummerSlam, as we always expected. Confirm on Facebook. So, breaking news: Nick Aldis and Gunther.
Ain't no breaking news. It's a we told you so. Dodie, we doing your job for you. We doing your job for you. We're doing your job for you. And let me say this right now: Nick Aldis. I'm gonna put it out here right now. If Nick Aldis has a great match with Gunther. Expect Nick Aldis to be full time with WWE. Because you notice the formula with WWE, if they have a good reaction on that match, for some reason someone that has more matches after that, Goldberg was to have one match. But everybody started talking about the little fucking match with him, Brock Lesnar, he stayed. Remember when Steamboat had a great outing in WrestleMania and he had another match. If he outperforms expectations, don't be surprised if Nick Aldis become a part-time wrestler in WWE. Don't be surprised.
I can see him going after Cody Rhodes because there's some untold history between those two.
Oh yes,
and I would love to see him going, for the title run because Nick Aldis he can go, and I can see him going to compete against like of CM Punk, the likes of Sami Zayn, people like that. So
you know what I want? This supposed to have been happening a couple years ago. I want him and Randy Orton. Receipts, damn it, receipts. This man got RKO'd I don't know how many times, and Randy wrote checks like, listen, I know I gave you dough, but this was for next time. And then he did it again. Like, receipts. Don't forget, Randy probably did something to Mickey James, so you got to also remember that. Just in your mind, make up something like Shaq used to do. Yeah, he put my wife's clothes in that trash bag. It was him. Just make up something to get you mad. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I do expect to see that because it's going to be a big climax. Being a climax, G1 climax, day 2 that took place, and it was really, really good show. It was a lot more stronger than the first night. A lot of great winners took place. The one match we're definitely going to talk about is Drilla versus Gabe Kidd. That match, I thought it'd be, respectful, but that shit went down the drain the first 2 seconds because the moment he threw that jacket at him, well, first of all, he disrespected the damn global title. And one of these days, he's going to break that belt, turn to a hardcore title.
But you remember what Naito did in Con title, so I expect it to be broken. I expect it to be broken. It got the white strap, just like in Con title. It's getting tossed like in Con title. I knew that they was gonna go hard. It would be. These guys knew each other. You know, they both from the UK. They both came to wrestling together. They former dogs together. So I expected to go hard. Like, all right, listen, this is what we wanted. And Gabe Kidd, to me, you know, he's playing the asshole. He did the right thing. He put Driller over. That is gonna be your next global champion. I'm telling you this right now. Driller won. He gets the title shot. I think that's your next global champion. Especially now that what's his name's injured or concussion.
Oh,
yeah. So I did do a reaction. I announced that this morning. I said, you wonder why the B block looked like they're ahead of the A block is because all the matches Shota Uno was in was forfeited, so everybody got their points already. So tough blow, but smart move from New Japan. But that was one of my matches. That was one. Shout out to Driller winning that match. But then you got Oleg and Ice. My God, I don't know what Ice is doing because I'm telling you right now, when you watch night 3, you're not going to want to miss the next block, which is night 4, right? So you're not going to want to miss it. I just put that right there because Ice is on some diabolical shit. Like he trying to toughen up people for some reason. And I don't know why he said he don't think Oleg was tough enough. Roy.
Okay, question. Based off everything you said, without spoiling it, is he going to be the Jalen Bronson of the G1 Climax?
No. So if you know his story, if you remember the story they said when they came back from the excursion, he is the guy that looks for. He's like the Japanese Hanare, but actually can back it up. He looks for the toughest guy in the room. He always looks for the toughest guy in the room. So he heard about Bowleg. Bowleg is this strong guy that hits hard. Oh, really? Let me see if I think my chin could take it. Now he's going to get someone that calls himself the knockout artist. You don't get these man names, then he got to face Ice. Ice wanted to test it. You know what I mean? So it's that's what he is. I mean, honestly, it's going to help him out. Just like Oscar. Oscar over on the other side is going to help them out. Because when they get back together, I guarantee you those tag team titles is going back to Knockout Brothers. So, but they're going to go back to them in a different light now. Because now you got, you already know, they all the Knockout Brothers, but now you got Iron sharpens iron. It's gonna be they're gonna be the tag team of the company. But bro,
you think after this G1 if one of these two guys make it to the top 4, you think they'll go back for the tag team titles, or they're gonna be like the tag team champions and the single champions, a double champion Knockout Brothers?
See, because if you the way you saying like that, I always gotta bring up Carl Anderson. Carl Anderson makes the finals of G1. After that, he went right back to tag team. So if New Japan needs them more in the tag team division like this, again, and I don't care if no one know, like, it's the truth. This is the weakest tag team division has ever looked in New Japan. Period. I don't remember the last time it looked this weak in a tag team division. And you need the Knockout Brothers, who was holding it down for damn near a whole year. You need to establish who's a tag team in the United Empire. You need to establish who's a tag team in the House of Torture. You need to establish who's a tag team instead of just throwing darts at the air off of Hantai and stuff like that. TMDK, it was Nichols and what's his name, but Homeboy is in Noah now as a champion, so it can't be him.
Example, Shane O'Rourke, he's a GXC heavyweight champion.
Soon to lose that belt, by the way. But
I'm telling you,
I'm called it. Soon to lose that belt. You know who his next challenger is? Naito.
You know what? Since you say that, I'm watching later I'm gonna watch it again. The Noah Summer Epic, because the last match I left off was a tag team ladder match. for the tag team titles, I believe.
That's crazy. Where they doing ladder matches in no one. Never thought I'd see the day. But
Yeah.
yeah. I don't think they, even if one of them makes the final four, cool, you made it to the final four. You're just a body. You're going back to the tag team. We need you to help establish this tag team division. They don't face the tag team division right now.
I don't know. Yota Ice, he might be the one to take that belt off of Yota because he fuck up the business money. And Hiroshi Tanahashi be like, okay, since you don't want to defend that title, I know someone else gonna hold it down for that title. In between Ice, Driller, and I will say Newman, but Newman will be involved with AEW, United Empire, and AEW.
Oh, that's the end game of that is on Wrestle Kingdom. It's really Wrestle Kingdom. I think either they're gonna meet for the AEW title, or it's gonna be a grudge match, and then it's gonna turn to Rage out. Like me and homeboy, shout out to Joe. We came with a crazy idea, bro. I want you to hear this. Because I'm still thinking Death Rider is gonna turn on John Moxley. I'm still thinking this. I'm not gonna let this shit go. They just dragging it, right? And we already know the United Empire is gonna turn on Will Ospreay. What if United Empire and the Death Rider join together to take out Moxley and Will Ospreay? I'm like, oh shit, that could be an option. That could be an option. It could be an option. Because they still remember the dogs is involved too, so that could be an all-out gang war. And I'm just fancy on this one. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if it does happen, just know you heard it here first.
You know what? Funny you said that will be a 17% happening, but you need a leader, and the only person I can think of who would become a leader is the man who calls himself Celtic Warrior.
Oh God! You know what? I'm not gonna fan. Only thing I would like to see. In fact, no, not a leader. No. See, you said that, and now that just came in my head. He had helped John Moxley and Will Ospreay. He would tease like he's going to reunite with Claudio, but he would help John Moxley and Will Ospreay. They need bodies. They need bodies, and he hopefully right now he's still working out. He's not getting burger at the burger. You need to be working out, clanging and banging, because you might get the phone call. Because if he comes to AEW, bro, I think his contract expired around All In. I think. Does it?
I think his contract expired. He never resigned, so he can go any place he want to go to.
Did they fire him or no?
He didn't resign.
Just never signed that contract. We'll see. I hope I thought they stopped that 90-day crap. I really thought they stopped it.
I think by mistake. Yeah, 90 days is gone. 60 days is gone. The whole damn interim championship shit. But we won't sidetrack on that part.
Oh no. Bro, title crap doing the G1. How dare you?
Speaking of back to the G1 Climax, Great Khan won, Kosei won, Shingo won. Shingo won that match, but the biggest one out the night too was Hiroki Goto, the former IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, defeat the IWGP Heavyweight Champion Yota. So he won that match. So that raised the question: when that title match going to take place? Does he pin the champion? He's next in line. Is he going to be the one to take it?
It depends on how Yota's tournament goes. If he goes all the way to the finals without being pinned, that match is King of Pro Wrestling. If he gets pinned by somebody else, you got to think of which show you want him to defend the title. He's going to be King of Pro Wrestling, or going to be what's that? Doke, whatever they call it. So you got those shows. I just want everybody to remember this one thing about Goto. As much as Goto, yeah, he won the World Heavyweight title, but that's not the belt he wanted. Now they brought the belt that he wanted back. That's the belt he wanted, because that's the belt he could never get. That IWGP Heavyweight title that had Tanahashi, that had Okada, that had Kishimoto. That's the belt he wanted, and he never got it. It's cool in the record books to say he's going to say he had it, but in reality, he never wore that belt. So that's a story right there for all in itself.
That's understandable. It's kind of like the same thing with like, what if Shawn Michaels never left the Attitude Era? He would have won that big Eagle Wing title. Same thing with Hiroki Goto, and I'm a fan of him. He got a lot of great battles back in the day, like him against Minoru Suzuki in the Hair versus Never Upperweight title match. him and the tag team partner. Even though he's knocking stuff out of the ring, but it's like it's a lot of great moments for Hiroki Goto. But for him going for that heavyweight championship, the title he never won, version 4, it'll be a good story to tell in New Japan, and I think it'll be very emotional. But the way Yoto's going at it, I think Hiroshi Tanahashi may pull some Jay-Z move and say, you know what, after the G1 Climax over, you need to jump it up, buddy.
It's well. First of all, I don't think they're gonna say that. I think what. Okay, so with Yoda, I get what he's doing, story mode, But then again, everybody that's in New Japan gonna say the same thing. Ishiban or one. Yeah, remember a couple of years ago, gay kids said it. Everything was New Japan. The company comes first, blah blah. But with Yoda, he's taking it back to a whole other level with New Japan. It was New Japan and fuck everybody else. So he's at that level right now. He brought the original belt back. That's one. Then he said, if you think about it, he's not wrong. And I know I'm the only person on Hills for Life that says this. I don't know how anybody feel on Wolfpack, but everybody that works with New Japan, when New Japan works with AEW, they feel like a second-class citizen. To me, go back all the way to the Forbidden Door, the first one. You brought the great Tanahashi in to pretty much lose to John Moxley. And the second time, all the other ones, the champion was in like the 4th match. He's the IWGP champion. He's in the 4th match. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. The one I went to, I think John Moxley against Naito, that was not nothing to write home to. I don't care. I was there. It was not a good match to me. Their best match they had was in Chicago. And then this year, was it last year? Was it last year or the year before? No, last year because it was in London.
Yes.
Zack Sabre Jr. against Nigel. That's because it was in London. So that's because it was in London. So it's not like I get his protest. Like, yo, one, you take all our stars, and then we gotta start over. And two, when we come out and do a joint, you treat us like second-class citizens. So I get where he's going with that. But to take the belt off him for being loyal to New Japan, no, I wouldn't do that. Now, if it makes sense to take the belt off him, yeah, but not because he's been loyal to New Japan, to your company. You gotta make sense with it. Goto. If Goto beats him, that's like I said, he never had that belt. But then I don't want that to happen either. It gotta make sense. It gotta be Yota against someone that was a young lion with him. It gotta be either him against what's his name? Heat Storm. Yuya Mura.
Yeah.
That's his rival. That's the man who had his hair cut because of Yoda. That's the guy that beat him. He beat him in the New Japan Cup. All that stuff. Like that's his rival, right? That's one of his rivals anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Or I mean that'll make more sense to me. That but not losing because he's been Lord of New Japan. No. And Goto wins. What Goto gonna do? Main event the Tokyo Dome and lose? Like, okay, I did everything I had to do. It took me forever to do it, but I told somebody this. The earnings they gave to Goto because he's still there. If Okada was still there, he would not have that title. If Naito was still there, he would not have that title. If King Omega was still there, he would not have that title. Y'all did it because he's the last one standing. It's fucked up, but it's true.
Yeah, that's true. But G1 Climax is still going on, and he's still moving forward. But night 2 was good, and it was really, really awesome. So it was good. It was a good night. I would definitely watch night 3.
Yeah, you go over there. Once you see that tag team match, you were like, "What the fuck?" shout out to Takeshita though.
Yes. So since off from New Japan, we'll hop on a little bit in WWE for a little bit. So 2 things happening. So Braun Breaker, he's unhappy with the direction was going with his character in the WWE. And also, we can't wait to see UFC SummerSlam. Reason I say that? Interim Championship. So let's talk about Rhea Ripley. So on SmackDown, they announced that they're going to have an interim Women World Championship on SummerSlam and have an interim title. Instead of traditionally strip the title from Rhea Ripley, who suffered a torn meniscus, like a traditional way, but decided to have an interim championship take place in SummerSlam. And they're doing a qualifying match. So far, 2 people are in: Tiffany Sutton and Jade Cardell. In which I don't know why she's in the ladder match, and she's the WWE United States Women's Women's Champion. In my mind, I thought it'd be Jade, Charlotte, Tiffany, and Chelsea, in which that would make more sense. But since you want to throw in an interim championship, it's very, very WWE like, and I see people upset about it. Very favoritism. And once Rhea Ripley come back, they're pretty much going to do champion versus champion, and the crown an undisputed WWE Women's Champion. Why?
First of all, I hate this interim championship shit in wrestling. So before anybody say, "Oh, but y'all love the AEW," no, I did not like an AEW because every time they did that shit, it caused problems. Look at the TNT title. That shit has not been the same since that interim championship hit it. AEW title. Do I already remind you about the CM Punk John Moxley situation when it came to interim champions? I don't like it. And then now WWE want to copy it and say interim champion. This is fuck. You should have took the belt off her. Okay.
Yeah.
I understand she's money. I understand that if she's that good, that's one. Rhea really is one person that don't need the title and she's still over. She's one of those people. And granted, yeah, she didn't get a chance to defend the shit. Blah blah. Take the belt off her. Let her go home, get healthy, come back, find a way to get her in there and do the Batista thing and have her get many title shots until she win it. Whatever. This is stupid. Then you're going to have to do a ladder match and tell these ladies that's going to be in this ladder match, you're fighting to be a temporary champion. You should just do a regular fatal 4-way, fatal 5-way match. Don't do a ladder match where these girls go all out because they got to work twice as hard as the men and show off, and then go for a belt that you're just being a temporary supervisor for. No, that's not cool, right? I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But then again, like you just said, it's a WWE thing to do. put as much bodies in there and see if you could get some type of excitement for SummerSlam. I get that, but you could have done that with a fatal 4-way, fatal 5-way match, or a gauntlet match, or a battle royal, or something. But you should. But the first thing you should have did was strip Rhea Ripley of that title. She would be back, and she'll be back on top, as she always say, "Mommy's on top." So I just don't understand this. Why the WWE of all people do intro? And I don't want to hear because they with UFC now. No, y'all never did that shit before. And then like I just said, these internet wrestling fans is gonna say one thing only. Oh, they're copying off AEW. I don't need to hear that shit. Like there's so many layers to this that I'm not liking. I'm not liking about this. I'm just keeping real with you. I would use that right now. I would be joking around with it. No, I don't like this at all. And again, I'm one man with my own opinion. If you like that, cool. Such good for you. I don't like it. She should have been stripped of the title, just like everybody else that would have been in that same predicament would have been stripped of the title.
Yeah, interim and pro wrestling, it don't work. Like imagine we have an interim NBA championship, or interim NFL championship. You know how that's weird. You know how weird that shit is. It's only work in boxing and UFC or pretty much any MMA. Pro wrestling, it don't sound right unless you get like one champion come out from the injury to bring their own belt against a real champion off a storyline. Cool, but interim in pro wrestling, it don't sound right. It's weird. And for Rhea Ripley, I mean, if she come back as thick Rhea Ripley, I'll forgive him. We missed the big back Rhea Ripley. I don't like this hot topic Rhea Ripley. I don't like it. I missed the big back. Thick.
I had no comment on that situation.
Yes, you do. We all got comments. We missed the thick mama Rhea Ripley. Get well. But anyway, so the next one we're going to talk about is Braun Breaker, who's not being happy. So he went from being a main event guy to a side piece of Austin Theory and the Visions and been overtaken by Murray Dupree. I figure that group will break up anytime and have Braun Breaker have a breakout moment. But it's kind of pretty much fucked up that Aaron Wolf from New Japan got a bigger breakout than Braun Breaker.
I want to say that. You got to think it's a lot of things you got to look into play here. One, you got to blame Seth for actually getting injured because that speeded up the process of what they was going to do from the get go. Then you gotta blame Braun Breaker because you got injured, which also was really fucked up the whole WrestleMania plan. And then at the same time, bro, like you a Steiner, bro. Tag team is in your blood. Make the best of this. Your father and uncle made the best of it, and became and down the road became heavyweight champions. Make the best of this. You're still talked about. I mean, you're not happy where you at, but you're still talked about. Like I said this on Monday. That was the best spear he has done in years. To Tozawa, that was the best spear he has done in years. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Work at you're a tag team champion, and I swear WWE do not have them lose those tag team titles to freaking Otis and Tozawa. No. But I get you unhappy, I do. But at the same time, make the best of this shit. You're still in the conversation. Don't think you're not out of the conversation. But I think the other thing you're mad about is this is what I think why you're mad. Because over Philly is where you're supposed to have be.
Yes.
Over Philly is at where your ass was supposed to be right in there. Because you were supposed to be the guy that was supposed to be the face of Netflix. Now over Philly, all he gotta do is hear his music and do the damn walk, and you have little black children and black and white children come together as one doing the walk and stuff. You got bro, this major videos out there, right? Now remember, I was say maybe a couple years ago, you probably have little white babies and little black babies having the Cody Rhodes jacket on, or having a Olafala on and doing the ones. You got little white children and little black children got white fur coats on. You got little white children, little black children, maybe some Spanish children having balls around their neck and doing the walking shit. No, I mean, no, it's a video of this little baby. Oh my god, I know I'm breaking character here, but it looks adorable. It looks adorable. The little baby right here with Miles Bridges playing with his toy. The mother put on the video with Obafemi. This mother dropped his toys, ran to the TV. Who? I was like, hey, that man's over. That man, not because of grown ass men like me or you or people that's in the audience, he's over. Little babies who can barely talk know who Obafemi is. Braun Breaker, you didn't do that. I'm sorry, you didn't do that. You probably had some of us bark. But those that are grown, we've been barking since your daddy was wrestling, so that don't mean nothing. We got little white babies dropping toys and doing their version of the walk in front of the TV. Oba's done. I'll go like this. You want your spot? Go to creative or the AI, whoever do the creative for WWE, and type in Obafemi versus Braun Breaker. There you go.
I don't know about that part. I don't know because
listen. We about to get rid of, well, not get rid of, but we about to end Roman and Seth. Who's the next two that's going to take this company for the next 10 years? Oba's
Trick Williams and Oba.
I don't want that match. I'd rather have them together.
Yeah, that's gonna be the top two. Oba and Trick running WWE.
I'd rather, you know what? How about this? Now it's not a race thing what I'm about to say, but it'll seem like it because they're all black. But I'd rather have Carmelo, Trick, Oba. It's because they were all three of them pretty much when they was in NXT, they ran NXT, right?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe one more person, that's their choice, whoever. And then on the other side, you have Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, because I need Bronson Reed with Braun Breaker still. In fact, give me that match when he come back. Obafemi against fucking Bronson Reed. That's right. I need Big E on commentary.
Big sweaty meats.
Yeah, he gotta say it. He gotta say it on TV. Anyway, and maybe that annoying Logan Paul. Austin Theory, you could take you and Maxine and go somewhere else. That's what I want, right? I don't know, but I don't know who's this generation's Rock Austin or Cena Batista. I don't know. I don't want to get married or have what? That's your YouTube, bro.
Yeah. You know what? We don't got no Rock and Austin. We got, you know what's fucked up about to say? We got Austin Theory and Dominic Mysterio. Those two can be our 2000 version of Just Incredible in ECW. Then we have Obafemi. He could be the role either Batista in 05 or Mike Awesome in 1999 and 2000. Trick Williams, 04, 05 John Cena.
You fucked me over with that first one. Who can Dominic Mysterio be?
2000 version of Just Incredible. Well, no, take it back. I don't even apologize. 2000 version of Eddie Guerrero. The European champion, Eddie Guerrero.
Okay, that sounds a little bit better. A little bit better. Hey,
yeah. I gotta keep it clear.
Shit, Dominic about to shave his head because what the fuck? Yo.
Not shave his head, but the way he wrestled, the way he moved, the way his storyline, character wise. But with Austin Theory, he reminded Now think about it. The Vision can be all version of the Impact players in ECW.
Motherfucker. No, hold up. Now you disrespectful. Oh, you disrespectful.
No, yeah.
Oh, you disrespectful. Oh, you disrespectful. Even the Impact players had a woman that's thicker than Maxine. Whoa! Don't you do that. Don't you do that. Don't you do it.
You know what?
Don't you do it.
We already got one NXT. You know, what's up, girl? Lyra Lockwood. The chick with the chick with the big neck.
Oh, the fucked up power pump experiment.
Yeah, her.
Yeah, I went there. Her head grew, but her body's still trying to catch up. Listen here, we're not doing that.
I thought you were gonna say you could call it the female version of Craig Meyer, but anyway, look, she could be the member of the Vision, aka the Impact players.
Shit, stop calling them the Impact players. The Impact players was actually good. They had 2 world champions in there, tag team. No, except for Jason. Jason gotta go. But then again, Logan Paul could be Jason right now.
No.
Now, since he's injured,
I would say give that Braun Breaker.
No, Jason, not.
I know he is.
No, Jason. He never wrestled. He didn't wrestle. He's the manager.
Okay, that makes sense.
No. See, that's why I don't know if you're gonna say that. Braun Breaker is not Lance Storm, and he's definitely not Justin Credible.
No, I won't do that.
You can't make the Impact player. Now, if I say anything, because this is a good segue to what we got next. If I could say anything about the Vision, who they could have been, they could have been this generation's evolution. Could have. If none of the injuries happened, Seth would have been your Triple H. Right? I don't know who would have been the Ric Flair in the situation, but Batista would have to be Braun Breaker because both can do the spear and shit. Austin Theory would be your Randy Orton because he's a young guy, blah blah. That means Braun Breaker. I don't know about Ross Reed. I'm sorry to say, is where you have to be Ric Flair, but you're not Ric Flair, so you just be another enforcer. You'll be a split. You and Braun Breaker would be Batista split in half and 1. But that would be the closest thing to evolution in a long time, right? But with all these injuries that happened to them, they are the most cursed faction, not worst faction, but cursed faction. So now that we segue to factions, worst factions. I've been waiting all week for this. This one thing I got written down. I know I was. I said embrace the worst faction because we know we got more than a handful of worst factions. I just need to hear what you got. What you got in your mind when it comes to worst factions. And do not bring in 3-man crew or what was their name? The 3-man band. Don't
3 band.
Yeah,
3 and B.
They was funny. It was funny. Talking about factions that I got one. I don't think you remember them. What was their name? Oh shit! I had the name. All right, I'm gonna tell you who's in it. Mankind, Big Show.
Oh, the Union.
The Union. That was terrible. Terrible. Oh my God, that was Tess, Big Show, Mankind. Who else was in that shit? It was one more person.
Ken Shamrock.
Oh my God, it was fucking. They run around here walking around like 2 wild fours. And that was god awful. Whoever wrote that should have been fired. Oh my God, that was terrible.
Let's see.
I got another one for you. Same era. Job Squad.
The Job Squad was okay. The only 2 breakout star was Al Snow and Hardcore Holly.
Okay, hold on. We had Gilbert.
Yeah.
Lightweight champ. Funk.
Flash Funk.
Flash Funk, who went back to 2 Cool Scorpio with a bad perm and a ponytail.
I remember that.
Al Snow and Hardcore Holly. I must correct you. The only guy that you could say that was a breakout star for that was Hardcore Holly. Because remember, he was Spark Plug before he got that team. And then this motherfucker became the Hardcore Holly. And then he showed his true colors. He was a prick. So that's about it. Al Snow was already a star to me. If you watch his ECW before he got there, and the fact that this motherfucker got in trouble by all the mothers in the world, that the kids tried to want a fucking Al Snow action figure, they got mad at a mannequin head came with it. Well, bitch, that's his gimmick. Okay, he talks to a head, and he asks people, what do everybody want? And you're black. You play with that song all the fucking time. All right? So, yeah, the Josh Squad sucked, bro. Oh, damn.
Let's see.
I think some WCW ones, I got TNA ones. TNA. Oh, the Guitar Hero faction.
Oh, you mean Rock and Rave Infection?
Oh my God. This is what they did to Jimmy Ray. I'm so disappointed.
That was an okay team, but they didn't do shit with them.
Not a damn thing. You had a young Les Hoyt who was I'm done. I can't even talk more about it. Who else? I got some more. Then they do something with Lethal, Sunshade, Chris Sabin, and so
it was like
something like that.
Yeah, they do like a prank skit to everybody. Give like Petey Williams and Prune Juice. Yeah, it was terrible. But if we go for that route, I would give it to Ace and the Eights.
It was terrible. I want to say worse fashion. It got terrible because TNA can't afford them. It was good at the start. It was good at the start and how they played, how they took pictures and all that stuff. And when they got to reveal who's the freaking president, and they showed, oh, this shit was planned, it was good. But once we found they couldn't afford all these motherfuckers, they went from 30 to like 5 within 2 weeks. And then you go put Eric Bischoff's son and Briscoe's son. Like that's not believable. What the? What's Kent Anderson was in? I'm like, oh no, y'all terrible. Y'all messed up a good thing. But TNA had a history of messing up good things, aka Main Event Mafia. That was
the first one. Yes,
yeah, that was good. And then they fucked it up with this. Because when Sting was a heel, or act like he was doing it for the good of the company, but you always know he's a heel. That shit was good. Then y'all put his ass back as a face. I'm like, what the? And added Samoa Joe.
Yeah, the title he was gunning for a long time, and then he decided to give it back to Kurt Angle.
Yeah, they fucked it up. They fucked it up. Sorry, it's some more in there. Now the second Main Event Mafia, that was the worst version.
Yeah, that
Paige Jackson had no business. Then again, Tito Ortiz had no business being the Ace and Eights either. But I digress. That was just terrible.
I give you one. The Immortal.
Oh, that shit was all over the place. It was all over the place. Immortal, we had Fortune in it, and it was all over the place. I was lost after They're Here with 5 R's in it and shit. Like, who wrote that sign? That's terrible spelling. But I could go AEW. Oh, I could go AEW. What was my man? The MMA? No. The
oh yeah, I remember him.
The coach. Him.
Dang, his name was Dave Lubini. Dave something.
The guy that got cursed out by Brady Rose.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, that was terrible. That was terrible. The beginning days of what's their name? They do this. Because I haven't seen them since they on Ring of Honor now. But
shit, it can't be the Inner Circles, because that was epic.
Inner was the first faction. I'm not gonna. There's the first true faction to me. AEW. No. What the hell? The ones with Brody with Brody Lee.
The Dark Orders.
That was terrible until he got there. When he got there, it changed a little bit, and then when he passed, it got better. But at first, that was god awful. That was terrible. That was not them in the Indies. I don't know what the hell that was. That was a mm-mm. That's what it was.
I mean, it once Evil Uno losing his big back, it wasn't the same.
Even his damn big back, he just like people saying fat. I swear.
Okay, let me tell you something. When you get that size, you become intimidated. People can relate to you. You get the strength and power. When you lose that big back, nobody afraid of you no more. You get jobbed out. You whoop your ass everywhere you go. You're not the same.
Health reasons, man. Health reasons.
Okay, health reason. Fuck it. Well, I can't say it because we lost too many good people, but that damn, you bring your big ass to the main event. You keep your big ass in the main event. If I'm right,
it was never the main event. It was never the main event. That's one. They was never.
I mean, well, not main event. At least a tag team title, at least, or a TNT title somewhere. But if your ass that big and you got like a threatening present, I say, you know what? Just keep the same weight, but don't lose too much, but don't gain too much. You right there in the middle. Keep your big ass like that. But
what you're trying to say is how like Undertaker was 328 pounds. Over the years he got to like 299, but he still looked intimidating. He's still like, all right, I still don't want to fuck with him. I get that, but listen, I know, hell, I know it's with my ass. Like, lose weight, it don't look the same at all. Some people just look weird. They look weird. Like, you got big head, small body. I don't understand. Like, it don't match your body. But I try to think of some more factions. That was the worst faction.
okay.
Ooh, I was about to say three count. Wait,
3 count? That was classic. That was in WCW days. That was a classic.
I was about to say it. I stopped because they had me laughing most of the time. So, what was Lance Storm's group?
It wasn't an Un-American. It was Team Canada.
That was Team Canada?
I believe so.
Okay, Team Canada in WCW, not Team Canada in TNA.
Yeah.
The only bright spot of Team Canada in WCW was Elix Skipper. That's it. Oh! Thank you. MIA. Oh! No. And that's crazy because MIA and Team Canada had the worst member ever. And I don't care if you had big titties. Major Guns did not belong in either one. I know this is a whole different time, and TNA was before the wrestling company. TNA was the shit for wrestling. But that woman, you're used to sucking dick, keep sucking dick. Don't come to fucking wrestling at all. Listen. All she did was this.
If that's the case, then that's ECW. NXPW.
But listen, all she did was come in, they tell her where the hard camera is, and then she ripped her shirt. That's it. That's all she did. That's all she did. She didn't interfere in no matches. She just show cleavage. That's it. No. At least Stacy Keebler got physical. At least the damn what's their name? The Nitro Girls.
Oh, Shamel.
All of them, Daphne, all of them. You just ripped the shirt. I got titties. That's all.
It worked to a certain degree, but I'm trying to think what was the worst faction after that. I think the later version of the Filthy Animal with the add-on Disco Inferno.
Yeah.
That was
with worse factions and stuff like that because I go back to WWE. So we said Filthy Animals. Let me see the 50 Animals for me. So you talk about Disco Inferno. I'm going to talk about the Juice. I'm going to talk about Juventud trying to talk like a Mexican rock and talking like he does the people's elbow and the Juice said the Juice this and the Juice that if you smell what the Juice you don't take your little. I try not to say something racist on here, but he pissed me off when I saw that shit.
I was fucking with Juventud Guerrero when he was rocking the mask and he was without the mask. But the Juice thing, it was funny, but it was got serious before Disco Inferno. It was a fun-loving faction. Even Rey Mysterio without his mask, he was a fun-loving heel. Not serious, but fun-loving.
Oh, let me tell y'all something. Since you don't want to act like they just forgot. Ray without the mask was fucking awesome. Ray without the mask was a pimp. Ray without the mask had little devil horns on his. Ray without the mask was special. You understand? It was special. When he took off that mask, I don't know, he gained at least 30 to 40% of his fan base. His fan base grew from females. They liked the little boy. Had his hair slick, he was 5 foot, 4'5", something like that. Little adorable thing. Started wearing overalls and shit. So hip hop had the scully on, doing hip hop shit, the hooly hoo, no limit soldier shit. And then he got with Tigress from Nitro Girls. He was married, but that's a whole other story. He was cool. You gotta put the mask back on him. Shameful.
That's when he went to WWE.
Shameful. Shameful.
But
yeah. I mean.
Okay, I'm gonna give you.
Mexico, worst faction. Worst faction and racist. They came out in what's those
lawnmowers?
Lawnmowers. Are you fucking sick? I don't know why. What's the name? I don't know why. What's the name? None of the celebrity Mexicans came out and went after WWE for that. That's fucked up.
They did. They really didn't support that shit. I mean, the only thing that they won was the cruiserweight title, but that was for Juventud Guerrero, and that's about it.
The Juice.
I will give at least 2 more. Of course, what was that faction that happened in WWE, but that shit got broken up so damn quickly? Nation of Circle, no, League of Nations. With Rusev, Drew McIntyre.
The League of Nations. That was just put together to give Roman Reigns the obstacle to get his damn WWE title. They had nothing for those guys after that. It was just that was stupid. Probably the worst time for Sheamus. Real worst time for everybody. Sheamus, Rusev. What's his name?
Jinder Mahal, I believe.
Was he in that?
He might. Let me check that out.
I don't think he was in that. I know it was Rusev, Sheamus, Wade Barrett, and El Patron.
Yes, Alberto El Patron.
Yeah, I know he was in it. But you got that.
And the number 1 pick, the same group. I say it and probably controversial.
You're a liar.
Nation domination.
You are a liar, sir. They are not. They changed the game.
How you change the game if you didn't win one of these?
The Rock, bro.
The Rock did well. Okay, the only thing the Nation domination did help out was The Rock. He won the Intercontinental Championship.
Whoa. The Nation has developed. I mean, I know we ain't gonna count Ron Simmons' world title in WCW, but the Nation has developed more, at least more champions than people don't give them credit for. Ron Simmons, multiple-time WWE Tag Team Champion, of course, with Bradshaw. D'Lo, first to me anyway, the first official European Intercontinental Champion, multiple-time European Champion. Mark Henry and ECW World Heavyweight. Was he Tag Team Champion?
Of
course, European champion.
He was a European Intercontinental Champion.
Mark Henry. Mark Henry was Tag Team Champion, but still, Mark Henry, the Godfather. Come on now, the Godfather, Intercontinental Champion. Am I missing somebody? Owen? Count Owen. I guess.
Nation. That's about it.
But The Rock, the truth is important. They develop a lot of people. That's what like people like with the fashion. You talking about within the fashion itself. I still gonna say they changed the game because you put more emphasis on black wrestlers around that time. Who the hell? Farouk was the first person to call out Vince McMahon on live television, and Vince could not do shit about it. He didn't know it was coming. He did not know it was coming. Vince froze on live television. That man said, "How many black champions y'all had in this company?" I don't think that matters. Oh, you don't? He went off on him. He went off on him, right? Now, here's where it gets controversial. This is where I'm going to agree with you. The first version of Nation Domination was the worst. The first version. That's with Crush coming out of prison. That's Savio Vega. Sorry. At that time, I did not see Savio as a heel. I'm sorry. And PG-13. You had two skinny white rappers from Memphis, Tennessee. And then you got everybody else surrounding you like they the fucking the Nation of Islam. And you had a lawyer as your manager. Not to mention Ron Simmons came out with a fucking condom on his head. So they finally changed all of that. They changed all of that. And I'm glad. So that's when I say they're not the worst faction. They're not. Now, it's now we're gonna get controversy. Main Street Posse.
That's not controversial. That was kind of trash.
We're gonna get real controversial. Now watch this. You're gonna get controversial to say someone's the worst, but to me, there's not a faction because now that's not a faction. That's called trios. The Brew.
Which version, the Hardys or Edge and Christian?
All of them. Now, see, I'll disagree with myself because, I just said it. You're calling them with trios now, but you're talking about a faction that's more than four people. But they was actually a faction back then. Around that time, there's no such thing as trios in WWE or there's no AEW anyway. But they didn't do shit when they was with the Brew. They did shit after the Brew.
Yeah, after. I mean,
I know I just gave the definition about the Nation, where I said the Nation developed. The Brew did not develop nobody. They only had a cool ass entrance.
I mean, they help out Christian. You know what? The only thing that did help out was the Hardys and Edge and Christian, and that's about it.
They pretty much started a feud within those two teams you said was pretty much the old Brew versus new Brew. And if you think about it, at the end of that rivalry, both teams was out the Brew. Left poor Gangrel by himself. You know what? Only thing Gangrel did was get married to Luna Vachon.
Yeah.
He said, "Fuck y'all left me. I get the crazy. God rest her soul. Oh, I get the crazy bitch with mohawk. I'm cool. I'm cool.
I'm, I'm gonna give you one faction, and this would pretty much pissed off 80% of black people. Shane Taylor promotion.
Are you saying that's the worst faction?
How you gonna talk all that shit and get your ass whipped by Death Riders? How can you say you're the best, but the only thing you did walk away with were trios, and you still have the pure champion?
Okay.
And plus, we wait for Shane Taylor to bring home the chip, Ring of Honor World Title or the AEW Championship, and you've been going up what 3 years now, 3 or 4 years, and no chip.
I can answer
and
that.
And you want me to wear your damn T-shirt?
I can answer that real quick. And I'm not saying that because I'm a Shane Taylor fan, all that stuff. They are not meant. Even though AEW swears all about wins and losses, that group is not meant just to win matches. They meant to show that they're there, right? And Ring of Honor, they own Ring of Honor. I'm sorry, they own Ring of Honor. If you watched every Thursday, the only two people that was ahead of them, which they're supposed to be, was Bandino and Athena. Other than that, that was their show. Ring of Honor was their show. All right. They just, in my view, that's what they did. They just graduated from Ring of Honor to Collision. Because now it's like they got to start over. And they went after Death Riders. They did what they had to do. They showed the Death Riders that y'all not the toughest motherfuckers. And every time the Death Riders won a match, who was left standing? Shane Taylor promotion. All right, you won the match. You still got your ass whooped. Pretty much. That's what it is. They're not here to. They doing the old school. To me, they doing the old school shit of. Okay, we're not gonna win every match, but you go. We got a receipt. We got a receipt. Like with me, I'm gonna tell you how I fight. All right. I know I ain't gonna beat everybody's ass, but you gonna remember using the fight with me. you gonna look at your arm like this motherfucker. Dan, they broke my arm. Yeah, this motherfucker bit my ankle. Yeah, you gonna remember using the fight with me. That's how STP is. Like, all right, y'all won the match, y'all escaped, but you remember that I beat up Willie Yuta in the locker when you have nightmares about that. Marina gonna remember that she ate a size whatever foot boot on the side of her face, all that stuff. You go, the receipts is there. So I mean, get on time. They just got the AEW, but their Ring of Honor days, I can't say that 100%. I can't. Like that's like me saying that Roosh group was they probably is. They never stay together. Roosh group, the original group. Yeah.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about because the original group was supposed to be Andrade, him. I think Dragon League. And then
which version?
Yeah.
There's two different versions of Dragon League. The one that broke Tatsui Naito neck and the one we got in WWE. There's two versions.
Oh, let's not try to find that man. You don't need to be breaking nobody's neck in WWE. I'll tell you that right now.
Okay, we got the fake ones. But
we don't need that one. He started breaking motherfuckers' necks, boy. You're fired.
I mean, if you get the championship, that means you got the power. So,
oh boy,
let's talk about this one. So the last episode we talked about is, certain wrestlers who got the championship, they have, the respect from the peers. Also, it comes with power. So like Spider-Man likes to say, with great power comes with great responsibility. In the world of pro wrestling, when you get the championship, you're the shit. Without that chip, you ain't shit. So with that title, certain people,
there you go.
But, like Scott Hall and Owen Hart, those two people. But the rest, like, Prime example, like John Cena and Randy Orton and Triple H. These guys have been multiple time champions. And once you become the champion, you bring, of course, money. You bring, all the power. With power, you could put anybody you could put over. There's so many stories that we hear about the Nexus, how Nexus got screwed over because of John Cena's decision. Even though Edge and Christian want Nexus to be over, it was right with decision, but John Cena didn't see them as a moneymaker. Same thing how John Cena and Triple H look at CM Punk. And now we've seen that with everybody else. So I feel like there's some politics in backstage because if you're top guy or top girl, you pretty much got the say in that backstage. So like we see in the Unreal and pretty much all the news we hear. So right now we still seeing it to this day.
It's so politics and wrestling, really? Oh God, no! Oh gracious, no! But it's certain people. It's not just about being a chip. It's about who brings in the money, who puts the butts in the seats, and stuff like that. Because if it was just about that, then I'll tell you right now, Kofi got disrespected. Seth got disrespected. Hell, Jinder Mahal. Some people that had the chip. They had the chip, and they don't get that same respect. So it's more than just getting the chip. Because again, we even said this right here and there. There's some people that don't even need the chip, and they still bring in the butts and the seats. They still get that, but the respect part. You get the respect part from the fans. You're not getting the respect part from the back, a la LA Knight. LA Knight music hits, that crowd goes freaking crazy. But then you get that unreal moment in your head, like these people don't know what they got because they get mad because he did this and did that. This man is over. Mic skills over, charisma over, wrestling skills. It's up to you how you feel. But he's over, and you're not getting an opportunity. Now, my thing is also this: let's say y'all do get an opportunity, are y'all gonna water him down like y'all do everybody else when they get the fucking chip? Because I remember this like it was yesterday. It was a time before he was tribal chief. Everybody loved Roman Reigns until y'all start just shoving him like broccoli down in our face, and then they start hating him. Because y'all watered his cast down. Y'all start putting the mic. This dude did not. Let me tell you something about Roman Reigns when he first started. He grabbed the mic and only said 2 words. Believe it. That's it. That's all he said. Until y'all try to make him star, and then I never understood this with wrestling. Not just WWE, wrestling, period. If it's not broke, don't fix it. You don't need to have him have the microphone so you can say a whole fucking paragraph and shit. If Goldberg just said, "Who's next?" That's all he need to fucking say. That's all he need to say. He don't need to say this, that, this, that. Who's next? All he said was, "Who's next?" That crowd was livid. He should come out. He snort. He spit. Explosions. Blah blah. Spear. Jackhammer. Look at the camera. Who's next? I'm on. That's it. If we was about it. Stone Cold didn't have to say that much, but he was just good in mic. Stone Cold's good in mic, but he had to say that much. He had to say nothing. Flip you off. He just flipped you off. We're excited. If it's not broke, don't fix it. So my thing is with like the people that they try to force. They get the chip. You think they get the power. They should have the respect. And then we don't know what the hell's going on. I got so many examples right now, and this is just WWE alone right now. Jey Uso. 1 year you win the World Heavyweight title at WrestleMania. The next year you the opening act in a 6-man tag.
Yeah, I feel like. Yeah, go ahead.
Like Gunther, 666 days Intercontinental champion. 2 World Heavyweight titles, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now this dude can't beat Cody Rhodes. he about to face a GM. This dude just retired 3 people in 1 year, 1 calendar year, and you only give him the GM. Not saying it's not a bad thing because I do want to see Nick Aldis in the WWE ring, but y'all been trying to change Gunther or Walter. You never heard nobody say Walter was good the night before WWE. No. We remember Walter because he chopped the shit out your ass. It's like a shotgun, and he's dominated. I mean, it depends on who is kissing whose ass in the back. Because it's beyond championships, power, and respect, bro. It depends on who's kissing whose ass and who's making the money. Like you just said earlier, John Cena, who's always around the boss, who's always in the creative room, and that's why his ass has 7 years of bad luck on SummerSlam because of that fucking decision with the Nexus. Triple H was always in creative rooms with them while he was getting his career up. This is before him and Stephanie started dating. He was always in the creative room trying to get himself over and all that shit. The click.
Yeah, that part.
You know what I mean? So it's beyond championship power respect. It's also who asses you got to kiss to get in those spots. And again, I'm not gonna say this is just WWE. This is all wrestling. All wrestling has politics. All of it. Just because you're not hearing about AEW right now, you're gonna hear about it later on. We heard some shit already with when CM Punk was there, he was trying to do that shit. New Japan. New Japan probably have it. Like honestly, I always thought they did have it because whoever Gato managed was in the championship picture all of a sudden. Okada, Jay White, David Finlay. You know what I mean? So politics or ass kissing or whatever you want to call it, that's the root to all wrestling evil. I'm gonna lay my plane there.
Yeah, and I think that's one thing that it would probably change is like when you get respect from the fans, I got a feeling it never translates to the backstage. Because I remember back in the day, we was rooting for John Morrison to become the WWE champion back in the day.
Oh,
some people, and he can wrestle, but it didn't translate. It never translate. And then we look at Kofi Kingston.
Oh,
we was voicing our opinion, rooting for Kofi Kingston because we give him so much respect for him, but the backstage it was like they were hesitated. And thank God for Bryan Danielson, like he spoke up because he got the title and he got a little bit power here and there, but he got to change the hand. And without Bryan Danielson and with the fans, there wouldn't be a Coffee Mania. And to this day, we still be talking about how many black champions we're going to see before our time comes.
It's not even that, bro. It's we get real funky with it. When they was going to do that around 2008, 2009, it was Randy Orton that stopped that the first time because of one little mistake. So Kofi being back, and remember, Kofi was not supposed to be in that spot at all. That's supposed to be Mustafa Ali. That's who Brian was trying to push on that spot, and he messed up. They put Kofi in, and Kofi just jumping in there and doing a good job. Like, yo, Kofi is I think he's here. He's right. And the crowd wanted to see, like, yo, Kofi has won the Intercontinental title, the U.S. title, multiple tag team titles. Why not get this man the Grand Slam? Like you said, the fans, and that's another thing. When the fans truly hijack your show, I mean, not script wise, I mean, truly hijack your show, you had no choice but to listen. You had no choice. Brian went through that with that. Kofi went through that. If I'm not mistaken, CM Punk went through that. Like, when the crowd hijack your show for real, Look what happened to. I always bring this up because it's true. Look what happened to the Royal Rumble in Philadelphia. I know everyone like, oh, it's Philadelphia. They boo Santa Claus. Okay, true. Well, who the fuck booed Rey Mysterio?
Oh man.
Who boos The Rock? At that point in time, not now, because everybody for some reason don't like Dwayne. But who would boo The Rock at that time? Because they all wanted Daniel Bryan to win the Royal Rumble. I look at people like y'all wanted this man who just came back from a neck injury to win the Royal Rumble. It's not like it's not like when Triple H, fucked up his leg or anything, or Shawn Michaels come back from concussion. This dude had neck problems. Y'all want him to win a 30-man Royal Rumble after winning neck problems? Y'all crazy. But the crowd, if anybody got that power and respect, wrestling fans truly got it. They don't know. They really don't know. A lot of wrestling fans really don't know how much power and respect we got, and we can use it. We can. But you gotta remember, if you try that shit with WWE, you gotta make sure it's 100% participation.
Yeah.
Because if it's not 100%, they just gonna ignore you. They will. They will go by schedule. They don't remember. WWE don't like when people get themselves over. Ask Zack Ryder or Matt Cardona. Yeah, they don't like when somebody get themselves over and mess up their plans. They don't like that shit. So
and Rusev.
Oh God, Rusev Day. Oh
man. I remember I watched Ring of Honor. It was a clip on Twitter. Back then it was X before. Back then it was a bird before they changed to X. They showed a clip. People were chanting Rusev Day and Ring of Honor show. Yes. You know how powerful you had to be to get your name chanted to a place that you never wrestled there. Not even your beginning year, but you never stepped foot with the fans chanting Rusev Day. And yes. WWE extremely dropped the ball on that because they don't see Wayne Russo. Same thing with AEW. They don't see what's in it for Miro. And you come back and they still don't see what's in it for Russo.
I think it's too late for him now. Honestly. I think he's just now that I look how he wrestles and stuff, I just think he's a hand now. He's a good hand. He's there to help out the next guys that's gonna be there for 10 years now. But back then, he was that guy. Like he should have had more opportunities, at least title shots. He only had one title shot thanks to AJ Styles gave it to him. Multiple time US champion, but I said this when he was in AEW. Dude, you left WWE. Let's go to AEW being the same fucking the same lane. You in the same highway in a different state. If that makes sense. So it's I don't like back to the I don't think it matters how many championships you win or if you win championship at all. It depends if you got a wrestling mind and who you know. So that's your power part. Now the respect come in. This is when the respect come in. If the shit work. If the shit work and you got motherfuckers talking and all this stuff, that's when the respect comes. Like, oh, that was his idea. Great idea. Because we're still talking about, especially me and you, we're still talking about Scott Hall giving an idea for Sting to like the Crow. We're still talking about whoever had the idea to put the belt on Chris Jericho. Like, oh shit. Whoa, we didn't see that coming. Wait, we're still we just brought it up. We're talking about the Nexus, who we didn't see that coming. And who idea was for them to lose. That didn't work out very well, did it? So it's wrestling, man. I mean, especially if you watch it as long as we have, you know, the most dangerous thing in wrestling is politics. But politics is not going nowhere in wrestling. So it is what it is.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. But that's all we got for the show. Next week we got SummerSlam, so that could be a bye week.
Really? No, we got redemption. Redemption, sir. Redemption.
Oh yeah, redemption.
Yes.
Never mind then. Redemption. We're talking about redemption. So next week episode, we're going to talk about day 3 and 4 of G1 Climax. Of course, AEW Redemption, and pretty much we're going to talk about different topics. Also, I got the DDT Pro Wrestling on deck. Watching it. Oh, also, you got to watch Yoshi Pro Wrestling. They have their show event as well. You got to see Chris Brook match against an old girl, Makia Aito.
Why is he fighting the female? Why?
That shit was funny. That shit was funny.
Did he do that fucking slingshot spot?
No, he didn't do it. He was pretty much like, at one point, he just drag her from the entrance, drag her up to the ring, and still holding her ankles like this, and bring her back in the ring.
He's on the hell. Leave that damn woman alone.
But yes, that's the show. I'm your boy Heel, and I still want that King of New York Championship title in my hands. And I'm going back playing W2K26 because I just don't like Brock Lesnar already.
Color blue and orange. Get yourself side plates. There you go. Here's your King of New York title. Jesus Christ. And that's all I gotta say about that. All right. Let's get out of here.
Yes. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Good night, goodbye, and always embrace the thirst and feel it. All of it.
Deuce.
Deuce.